actually to tell you a little bit about who I am. I want to tell you about a journey that I embarked on about 8 months ago. I just had my beautiful baby girl, Liana Elise Reed. I actually want to tell you about the story about it. I was pacing up and down the hallway. I can honestly say about 30 minutes, 30, 45 minutes. Running back and forth like, will you finally let me see my daughter? Will you let me see my daughter? Will you let me see my daughter? So I was actually just standing outside the nursery, looking in on all of the babies, all the other babies and stuff. And I was excited, like, what will she do when I pick her up? Will she cry? Will she scream? Will she be excited to see me? I didn't know what to expect, but I was standing there and I looked to my left and I looked to my right and I noticed that I was the only father. I was the only father standing at that nursery window waiting to see his daughter. But the sad thing about it is, in our culture, in our African American culture, 65% of African American children are born into this world without being able to see who their father is when they come out of the womb. But what makes it even worse is 85% of the men that are incarcerated claim that they never had a relationship with their father. They never had a relationship with their father. It's actually going a little further about letting you know who I am. See, when I was younger, my mother constantly reminded me that you are going to be awesome. You're going to be amazing. You're smart, you're handsome, you're athletic, you're funny. Baby, you can do anything you want to do. It's just up to you to do it. I want to be a chemist. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a pastor, most importantly. You see, I want to be a chemist because I would mix up shampoo and lotion and ketchup. And I would go up to my mother and I would say, Mommy, look what I created. I created a bomb. You know, if I drop this, the whole house will blow up. And see, my mother wasn't one of those people that would say, oh, that's dumb. I know it's not going to blow up. She said, you know what, baby? You better watch out, because if you do drop that bomb, you're not going to have anywhere to live anymore. She was positive. She constantly reminded me I could be anything I wanted to be. I wanted to be a mathematician because when I was in 3rd grade, I was able to figure out my brother's math homework for me. He was in 5th grade, which was a big accomplishment. But most importantly, I wanted to be a pastor. Every Sunday after church, I would go into my grandfather's back room and I would stand up on top of the radiator and say, and God said this, and God said that, and God said this, and God said that. I really thought the pastor was God. I mean, I didn't truly have a full understanding of what was going on, but I knew that when these people looked at this man, and he delivered his speech, and when he talked about what he felt, these people cried, these people screamed, these people jumped up, these people rejoiced. You see, but we also have those people in our society that tell us we can't do it, we aren't smart enough, we aren't strong enough. And there was people that would tell me that you couldn't be a pastor, you're too holy. A chemist, you know that's not a bomb, that's a dumb idea. And what we do is we constantly start to make our children believe that they can't be what they want to be. And we do that a lot. In turn, we cause them to be alone. You see, Pastor Donnie McClurkin said it best. When you leave a man alone, he creates his own mess. You see, the girls will be healed while the boys are still broken. And a broken man left to himself propagates nothing else but broken people. He tells a story about when he was 8 years old, he was raped by his uncle. And then again at the age of 13 by his uncle's son. You see, we're keeping this cycle going. But see, it takes that one person, that one powerful person, that was Donnie McClurkin, and say, you know, this happened to me for a reason. I don't have to lie down and die. I don't have to turn into one of those broken people. I can take this and run with it because you know what? He put me through this because it was my journey to step up and speak out for those molested boys, the street boys, the boys that felt like they couldn't tell somebody what happened to them because with men, when we hurt, we're quiet. Most times, if you ask a man, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? What's wrong? What do you hear? Nothing. But see, we lie down and we die in our own pity. And it happens all over the world. A couple days ago, me and my fraternity brothers threw an event at the barbershop, and it was dedicated towards the kids. And what we had done was we had cut all the kids' hair for free for about 9 or 10 hours. And I was sitting there cutting my client's hair, and the kid next to me was talking about how, yeah, man, I got this gun at the crib. I'll beat you up, you know what I'm saying? If your son came to me, I would do this, I would do that. And I'm listening to this anger, which of course came from the next question that was asked, where's your daddy? I don't need a daddy. My mama is my daddy and my mama. See, that's what it is. I mean, I applaud the single mothers out there that try to do the best that they can, be the best mother and sometimes father that they can be, but a woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. It's impossible. And me being who I was, when I was 5 years old, my grandmother died. At the age of 7, my father died. And at the age of 9, my grandfather died. But see, the death that affected me most was my father dying when I was 7. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I wanted to be. I didn't know what I was supposed to be. My mother told me a story about my father. She said that he had came to her one time and said, Dad, what would you do if I left and never came back? See, my father was a spiritual man, so he knew it was his time to go. She said, what do you mean, what would I do? What would your sons do? And he responded, I made it on my own, they can too. Hearing that tore me down. It broke me. You would actually consider leaving me and not care at all. But see, the thing about it is, my father died when I was 7 years old. I'm 20 years old now. I have made it 13 years without my father. What he was saying was, I left you with the intelligence, with the strength of being a powerful black man to make it on your own. And see, that's the thing about us in today's society as African Americans. We constantly get held back by the past, things that happened in our past, but that's not important. It's not about what happened in the past, it's about what you're going to do with your future. We have important doctors out there. Our president of the United States is African American. One of the biggest goals for you to look at. But see, the thing about it is you can't look at what he's done. You look at what you're going to do. Because he's the president of the United States, but I mean, how are you going to spread the word to make it so other people will follow? So I'm going to leave you with this. On your path to success, yes, you're unwilling to give up what's been going on and how to let go of some of the pain and stuff that you hold on to, but you got to let go of it. You have to free your mind in order to be successful. That's the only way it's going to help you. So I want you to repeat after me. Nobody can keep me from it. Nobody can keep me from it. Man, I know you listen to rap songs. Come on. Nobody can keep me from it.
Nobody can keep me from it.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, you can. I believe in you. Even if nobody tells you they do. Even if you feel like I don't believe in myself at all. You can make it. You can do it. Remember, success. Thank you for listening.